Thank you everyone for joining today's session. We are excited to have Miriam Quadri from Metro Squash host us through a yoga session. We do live sessions every Sunday, and soon she will be teaching in person, so stay tuned for more information. We're just really excited to get together as a community, and then anytime on your own, you can watch these on YouTube, so check out our channel and subscribe for new content every week. I'll turn it over to Miriam to share more information on today's class. And I hope everybody listens to their body, grab any props, and I'll turn it over to you, Miriam. Thanks.
A lot more hardcore. And this week I just wanted to slow down. And so my goal is really just to do a lot of self-focusing. And I wanted to have that reflect in practice as well, in and out yoga. So just a lot of watching our body as it goes in one direction and then in the other. And then I think we'll just start with the most basic form of that, which is our breath. So if you guys want to come into lotus position or cross-legged position, and lotus would be when we're bringing our feet up to rest on top of our thighs. And then from there, just kind of let your hands rest, palms facing upwards towards the sky. From here, we'll just begin some of our in and out breaths. Close your eyes. Let the gaze just kind of soften. Bringing the tongue off of the roof of the mouth. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. So we'll start with a 4-count breath, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale again, we'll hold for 2 breaths longer at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one last time for 8 counts if you're able. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feel that belly constrict in, feel your body lengthen, and release. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to take us through a mudra today, which actually is supposed to help clear sinuses. So cosmic wisdom. So if you want to gaze up at your right hand and have it face you, and we're going to have the pinky finger and the ring finger remain erect, and then the stay out, and those middle two, so your pointer finger and your middle finger, are going to bow down and face you. So you should have your thumb exposed. You're going to take that thumb and put pressure to constrict and close your right nostril. And we're going to do an opposite nostril breathing technique. So we're inhaling 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go ahead and use this a hand on the opposite side and use those fingers to close up the left nostril. Release the thumb from the right, and now exhale into our right nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to inhale from our right nostril. Take a deep breath, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your thumb to go ahead and close that right side and then release from the opposite side, exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully now you've gotten the hang of it a little bit more, and we'll go through 4 rotations of this. Inhaling on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close with our 2 fingers and release that thumb on the right. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale again on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close that side with your right thumb and release on the opposite side. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. One final time, we'll inhale. That same open side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close that side and release our thumb. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that mudra helps with opening up our third eye. It relaxes the nervous system, removes toxins from the body, clears sinuses, boosts your metabolism. So just a little bit of breathing can go a really long way. And I just want to take you guys through a little bit more breathing as we set our intention. So coming back to our lotus position, closing the eyes, palms raised. Just really feel your body in this moment. Ground yourself. Continue with those inhalations and exhalations. Feeling the expansion and contraction of your lungs. As you continue with that inhalation and exhalation, I'm just going to read a little passage to you. And the reason why is that my intention today is going to be, I release myself from the burden of future plans and expectations. It's a really big and loaded one. And I'm in my early 20s right now. So I'm in a period of a lot of transition. And for just 1 hour, at least, I'm going to try to get on this road of releasing myself from expectations. And I've realized so much anxiety has come from problems that haven't even occurred for me. And there's a lot of worry about what's happening next. And sometimes it inhibits my ability to be rooted in the present. And so my intention for today is going to be releasing myself from that burden. And cosmically, what comes along with that, I was reading this week, was this sentence that all human beings, each as individuals, is a microcosm within the macrocosm. So each of us is completely infinite and unique within our own little span of life. But we exist within this larger infinity. And I don't know if you would call it the source or God, but a huge yogic principle is this idea of oneness and connecting to oneness. And this idea of releasing the self and all of the pressure we put on the self and all of the burden of consciousness that is placed on the self, and allowing ourselves to unite back to this idea of oneness. And that comes with knowing and seeing humanity, with having a bigger purpose, and with just in general not carrying that load on our own backs, because there's so much more within the big galaxy that we live in. And so I found this little passage, which is actually from a book that I read when I was in high school. But I want you guys to just contemplate on it as we continue with our breathing. There are infinite numbers between 0 and 1. There's 0.1 and 0.12 and 0.112, and an infinite collection of others. Of course, there's a bigger infinite set of numbers between 0 and 2, or between 0 and 1,000,000. Some infinities are bigger than other infinities. There are days many of them when I resent the size of my unbounded set. I want more numbers than I'm likely to get. And God, I want more numbers for my lover than he got. But my love, I cannot tell you how thankful I am for our little infinity. I wouldn't trade it for the world. You gave me a forever within the numbered days. And for that, I am infinitely grateful. So just that remembrance that I'm not lost within the 7 or 8 billion other souls in the world right now, but I have my own version of infinite. And I exist within infinity. And because of that, for just 1 hour right now, I'm releasing myself from the burden of any future plans, any expectations, anything that bogs me down and feels too serious and prevents me from being present. One last inhalation and exhalation. From there, if you haven't already, if we just want to open up our eyes, and we'll do a big head rotation, pivoting at the neck, creating a huge circle with our heads. From here, if we want to rotate to the opposite side, feel that rotation all the way around. We want to allow one ear to just make contact with the shoulder. Feel that expansion in the neckline. And if you want to deepen it a little more, go ahead and outstretch the opposite arm. Reach over. Go ahead and release, bringing the opposite ear to the shoulder. And if you want, again, go ahead and wrap around that arm, bending at a 45-degree angle. From here, go ahead, put both hands back on our knees, bring the arms up. We'll extend forward, bringing those shoulder blades closer together, and then contract back, drawing again our shoulder blades together on the opposite side, flossing those arms forward and back, shoulders down and raised. Moving to coincide with our inhalations and exhalations. From there, if we want to bring our arms up, we raise the shoulders, reach towards the ceiling, and bring them all the way down while keeping our arms totally extended. Continue to just follow that movement up and down, in and out with your breath. From here, if you want to join me, we'll go ahead and sit on our knees, coming into hero's pose, resting at the tops of our heels. And I'm sitting now just at my heels with my toes bent. And feel that stretch in every toe as you sit up and tall. Expand the rib cage, erect the spine, raise up the head, catch some sun. Bring your arms behind your back. Open up in that chest stretch. Then we'll come forward, staying in that bind if it feels good for you. Otherwise, just bringing your hands down. And coming back up. Feel that chest expansion one more time as you lift your gaze. From here, we'll release the hands and come down onto our forearms, leaving only about 3 inches of space between your elbows and your knees. So we're coming into a very small, constricted baby tabletop position, flattening the back. From here, we'll go ahead and do some cat and cow fluctuations, staying in this constricted body position, just gently lifting up the shoulders, bringing the belly in and sucking in your core. Feel that expansion in your upper back. Hopefully some movement and space between your bones. And then with an exhale, we'll go ahead and constrict down, creating as best you can a dip in the belly, lifting the bum, lowering the chin down. Continue those movements at your own pace with your breath, rising up and coming down. Whatever pace feels good for you, just focus on these micro movements, which create huge ripples across the rest of your body. Inhale and exhale. One last time, inhale and exhale. From here, we'll go ahead and launch up, coming into a normal tabletop position, shooting back the right leg and the opposite left arm. Go ahead and point and flex the toe. Give it a nice round rotation, creating a circle and loosening up the ankles first in one direction and then in the other. Go ahead and bring the lifted toe down to the ground. Give it a nice stretch. All of our toes. Go ahead and drop the hand and shift the weight back, sliding that back foot and allowing ourselves to rest just on the thigh. Bring the head down to the ground. Forearms are back down. And that right foot is just extended out as far as your body will allow it to reach. You can continue to point the toes or the option to drop the back foot. Just relax as you elongate. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring that right foot back, allowing it to meet the left foot. Coming back again into our small little cat-cow position we had found ourselves in earlier. From here, we'll do one more cat and cow fluctuation. Inhaling as we rise up into cat, bringing those shoulder blades out and expanding, drawing the head down. Exhaling into our cow, dropping the belly, lifting the face and the chin. A nice exhaling movement. Go ahead and pivot back up into our tabletop position, this time drawing back the left leg and the right arm. Go ahead and point that left toe, all those left toes. Create a circle in one direction and then in the opposite. From here, we'll go ahead and drop that left foot. Feel that nice stretch as we shift our weight back. Feel it in all of your toes, Nice expansion of the Achilles heel. And then we'll go ahead and drop that right hand, come down onto our forearms, shift that left leg as far back as your body will allow. And the rest of our torso is just going to fall onto this right thigh. And if you want to just make that stretch a little bit easier, there's always the option to allow both of our feet to fall and face onto the mat, relaxing our toes and releasing them from the stretch. Let's take one more breath here. And coming back into our neutral tabletop position, we'll come into a down dog. From our down dog, we'll shift up into plank, coming one straight line with the body. From here, if you're able, we'll go ahead and open up the knees, allowing them to hover over the ground and point to opposite sides of the mat as we continue to hold at our core. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and drop at the knees, bringing my knees down to either side of the mat. Bring the big toes up, point those feet. Go ahead and bring the big toes to touch. And instead of going into child's pose, we're going to go ahead and create a little bit more movement on the opposite side of our body, stretching our hammies. Bring our hands up and shift your weight onto your hands, bringing our thighs down to the ground, drawing the pelvis down towards the earth, allowing those toes to just come as far towards your backside as you're able to. Continue that breathing. Feel a constriction in your chest as you expand and contract. If you're able to, bring your pelvis all the way down to the ground. Lift up that head. Feel this intense back bend. From here, we'll go ahead and drop the feet, releasing that tension. Bring the legs closer together. Come up into our up dog. Bringing our weight onto the backs of our feet, shifting that weight onto the hands. And again, just lifting the gaze up towards the sky. On your next exhalation, go ahead and plant the hands, curl the toes, and bring the body up into down dog. It's that nice lift there. Don't be preoccupied with your heels coming down to the ground. Go ahead and focus on just elongating the spine, ears coming parallel to your biceps. And then you can go ahead and walk your dog, bringing opposite heels down to the ground, shifting that weight and feeling that stretch all up your leg. Take 2 more breaths here. From here, we'll go ahead and raise up that right leg, coming into 3-legged dog, up high in the sky. Give it a nice bend. Continue to lift. And on your next exhalation, go ahead and bring it down, coming parallel to the mat in a pigeon position. So from here, we have the right leg coming parallel to the top of the mat. The back leg can go ahead and extend. From here, we're squaring our hips. Check that back leg to make sure it's nice and straight. Feel the bend simultaneously in our right and in our left legs. Straightening the back, breathing nicely. And if you'd like a little bit more of a stretch, then you can go ahead and bend that back left leg, which was extended, pointed up. Sad because I sit most of the day. So the place I feel the most burn is right here in my legs from just not using them. Don't want our muscles to atrophy. Go ahead and drop the and come back into a hyperextension of the back leg. And then from here, we'll go ahead and bring our forearms down to the ground again. And you have the option just to bring your cheek down to the mat, or you can use your forearms as a pillow, resting your body weight over your legs and just easing into that stretch, nice and deep. Continue for 3 more breaths here. Bringing it back to our intention again. I am a microcosm within the macrocosm. I am infinite within infinity. And I release myself from any burdens or expectations. From here, go ahead, crawl back up onto our hands. Go ahead and plant the hands, curl that back toe, and we'll release up, coming back into our 3-legged dog. Give it one last good bend, and then we'll go ahead and bring it back down. Coming again into our down dog. From here, walk the dog, feel that right leg hopefully is a little bit more stretched, reaching down to the ground just a little bit easier. And to create symmetry in our bodies, we'll go ahead and do a pigeon sail on the left side. This time, lifting up the left leg. A good bend for 3-legged dog. And on your next exhalation, go ahead and draw that knee closer to your body. Drop the front of our legs from knee to calf, bringing it parallel to the mat. Go ahead and make sure that back leg is nice and extended, straight behind you. Square the hips. And if the stretch is a little bit too intense, like it is for me, then go ahead and just bring the heel closer to the body, creating a little bit less of a extension away from our bodies and moving closer towards it. Will ease the stretch. Go ahead and just breathe into that opening. Option here again to lift the back leg, pointing the toes upwards and deepening that stretch. One last breath here. And if you've lifted that back leg, go ahead and allow it to find its place on the earth once again. And then bring those forearms out as we draw our torso down towards the ground. The only thing you have to worry about right now is how deep you're inhaling and exhaling. When you're ready, go ahead, bring those hands back up, curling this back extended leg and drawing the folded one back up into a three-legged dog. When you're ready, we'll bring that foot down and meet again in down dog. And hopefully here you're able to see how your body is responding to loosening up and being tended to. So we again breathe into our down dog. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and walk the hands towards the feet, coming into a forward fold. Bend the knees slightly. Drop the hands, release the neck. Feeling all that tension just drip away and fall off your body. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, drop your body back down. With your next inhalation, we'll go ahead and rise up. Coming back into a state of awareness. So we go ahead and raise up those arms into mountain. Feeling strong and rooted and open. Drop the neck. Lift the gaze up towards the sky. Extend your reach. Draw the shoulders down, the belly in. Hips tucked and stacked over your shoulders. And again, we'll continue with our sun salutation, cactusing the arms, releasing into a back bend. Inhale, coming down to our toes in a forward fold. Plant the hands, walk them forward into plank, becoming one strong and straight line. From here, we'll chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, down to the ground, coming up into up dog. From here, when we're ready, we'll plant the hands, curl the toes, and lift the torso up to bend at the hips, coming into our down dog. From here, pivot off of those hands and rock forward into plank, Again, tightening at our core, feeling the strength of our body. And inhale, lift back up into down dog. Continuing with these rotations. Push that body forward into plank. Stay strong here. Squeeze at the core. Tighten the hips. Feel your strength. And inhale, lift back up into down dog. One more time, coming into plank. I'm glad I'm wearing something nice and flowy so you can't see any place that I might be defective right now. And we'll inhale back up into down dog one last time. And here, hopefully, we're really seeing the effects of loosening our body. Notice if there's a difference between that first down dog that you started class with to where you are right now. And on your next exhalation, we'll walk the hands one more time towards the toes. Feeling that stretch, being careful not to hyperextend. A slight bend at our knees. Dropping the head, releasing a week's worth of tension, deadlines, expectations, to-do lists. And go ahead and bend slowly at the knees, coming into a ball. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Lift up at the heels. Inhale here. Release all those toxins in your body with a nice deep exhale. From here, we'll come and drop to the ground. Meeting back again on our bums. From here, we'll come into butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together, using our hands to bind over the tops of the toes. Mine are very cold, so giving them some love, warming them up. And then we'll go ahead, bring the shoulders down, erect the spine. And if you're able to, go ahead and flutter and flap those wings with your legs. The goal here is we're trying to draw our knees down to the ground. Some people can get there, I cannot. That's okay. Either way, we're feeling that nice openness in the groin and the pelvis. And just close your eyes and fly. Three more breaths here. And with every inhalation, just feel the sun. Spring is coming. Rooftops and patios and bonfires and nice drinks, night spent laughing, hopefully. And with every exhalation, no shade to anybody, but I'm going to think about the end of winter, the end of coats, and hopefully the end of colds. Inhaling, and I'm imagining the rays of the sun, the warmth and happiness that comes from vitamin D, fresh cut grass, seawater or Lake Michigan water splashing on your face. And we exhale out cold, bitter nights. And wet socks. And not wanting to take your dog out because it's just too cold. With that, we'll go ahead and release our hands, extend out those legs, give them a nice stretch, point the toes. From here, we'll come into lady fingers, drawing the left leg first over to meet the opposite hip on the right side. We give those legs a nice big squeeze. Just sucking them in towards the chest. Feeling that stretch all the way up towards one cheek of our tush. Feeling it in the hips. With your next exhalation, we'll go ahead and release and drop this time on the opposite side. This time bringing the right leg towards the left hip and continuing with that same power, drawing the knee towards the chest. Making it a nice squeeze. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and release, lifting up both the legs this time. Ground them deeply. We'll go ahead and bring our arms inside of our legs, making contact with the innermost part of our ankles. So hands are running parallel to your body, tightly gripping at the ankles. And we'll go ahead and inhale, rising up, pushing down the shoulders, opening up the chest, erecting the spine. And with an exhalation, we'll go ahead and round the back, bring the chin towards the chest, make the body small. We continue with these movements in and out. And with your next breath, drawing in and exhaling out. If you want to increase this stretch, then you can go ahead and open up your legs as you see fit. Just including more parts of your body along the way. Continue with these movements. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and bring the toes back out away from our body, extending our legs, drawing the hands back behind our body, and my fingers are pointing towards my body, not away. From here, we'll go ahead and bring the weight of our body completely on our heels and our hands as we lift up, becoming one straight line, tightening our abs, lifting and lengthening our chest, and dropping that head behind you. Lift the bum up and squeeze and hold. Find power in this pose as you focus on just elongating your body and continuing to regulate your breath. Inhaling and exhaling as our muscles expand and work. Lift the body up just a little bit higher. Your next exhalation, go ahead and draw back down. And from here, I want everybody, if they're able to just lie down. And we'll come into our final pose of the day, which is Shavasana. So I'm going to stay seated just to guide you through the body scan. But go ahead and find a nice comfortable position, preferably on your back. Close the eyes. Notice the breath, and we're not changing it at all at this point, just bringing awareness to it. Configure your legs in a way that feels opening, facilitates opening, and feels safe and expansive. I would recommend placing your palms up, resting just on the backs of our hands here. Fingers open, wide, and ready to receive. Notice each finger. Feel the space between those fingers. Stretch and open up the palms as wide as they're able to go. Go ahead and draw them in, coming into a fist. Feel your nails digging into your hands. And one at a time, just open up each finger, unfurling them from that fist. Coming again to an organic and relaxed open hand. With your next inhalation, go ahead and feel your forearms on your body. Bring awareness to your elbow, connecting to your biceps and your triceps. And allow both of those arms, from the tips of our fingers to the top of your shoulders, to just release and sink into the ground. As we feel that energy flowing up and down the arms, let's bring awareness to what connects the two at the sternum. Feel that light at your chest. the opening and the awareness of your heart beating for you, allowing all that energy to flow through your entire body. Bring awareness to each lung, expanding and contracting. Be deliberate with your breaths as your belly rises and constricts. Feel your diaphragm and allow your rib cage to fall towards your back, sinking that lower back deep into the earth. And draw that next inhalation upward, shooting all the way back to our heart, connecting and traveling up towards our throat. Feel all those muscles in your neck soften and loosen. To rise up your body, release your tongue from the top of your mouth. And as that happens, feel your jaw loosen. Feel the muscles in your face relax and loosen. Bring awareness to the tops of your cheeks. And if you're feeling like it, go ahead and give yourself a nice smile. This wonderful body that you have, show a little bit of gratitude. Use that face. Go ahead and relax it one more time. So we bring our awareness up to our temples. Inhale and feel those eyebrows just stop moving. Releasing the face. From any expressions or movements, just letting it relax. Releasing our minds from any obligations. Feel your scalp relax. And even each hair follicle. As you focus just on breathing in and out, allowing your head to get heavy, sink deeper into the ground beneath you. You are relaxed and expanded, but also heavy and grounded. Within this body of yours, you are a microcosm. Within the macrocosm, you are infinite within infinity. Take solace and comfort within that oneness. And here I'll give us a few moments just to relax in silence or with music. And I'll draw us back in a few breaths. When you're ready, while they're creating friction, heat by rubbing them, it's bringing some awareness back into our body. Go ahead. When you're ready, bring those palms, your eyes, which are still shut. Go ahead and open your eyes within your hands. And when you're ready, greet us again. Coming back up into a seated position. And again, one more time. Do a nice head rotation in one direction. And then the other. All those nice cracks, bringing the shoulders up, drawing them back down, up again, and back down. Drawing the hands up, the energy and light and love that you've created. Palms together and draw that light down towards your heart. Press up against your heart. Feel it beating back and greeting you. And go ahead and release. May all beings be at ease and know joy. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Thank you, Miriam. I hope everyone's feeling lighter today and has a good rest of the Sunday. Thank you so much for hosting. We have a bunch of recordings if you want more. And then I know you're going to be doing some in-person classes soon, so stay tuned for more information.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a good Sunday.
That was good. All right. Bye.
Bye.